Rajapaksa, Minister of Finance, Chief Guest, Mr. Shaffer, Vice President of the World Bank for South Asia, Honorable Ministers, State Ministers, invitees of the World Bank representation. Firstly, I would like to thank the World Bank for organizing such a timely, valuable, high-level policy forum on human capital. For Sri Lanka, human capital development equates as the greatest wealth of our nation. Under His Excellency, the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's government policy of vistas of prosperity and splendor, as mentioned before, most important priority is given to human capital development by focusing greatly on education and health sector of the country. This certainty is part of the great march towards an economy built around a knowledge-based society. Therefore, today's HCD is significant in advancing our greater happiness. Wellness, prosperity, for which I wish to thank the World Bank and the Ministry of Finance for its continued support. The World Bank has continuously provided valuable support, both financially and technically, in over 360 different areas of the education sector, including primary, secondary, higher education, and even in vocational education, with the aim of developing Sri Lanka's human capital. These include, as presented, general education modernization covers 10,000 schools around the country, which has seen across the board the promotion of science, maths, English among the 4.5 million Sri Lankan students. Through innovative digital platforms, we have made access in the COVID-19 crisis that we were going through. It has also facilitated in improving volume and quality of teachers. A fraternity of 240,000 teachers, and all of whom are fully vaccinated, for which we thank all the organizations and the countries that have helped, especially the World Bank. In these aspects of higher education, among 20 state universities accelerating higher education expansion and development, as presented ahead, program, operation that have increased admission of university students by 10,000. From 30,000 to 40,000, that is what Sri Lanka plans to reach. It has seen Sri Lankan students enjoy higher enrollment in courses which provides more advanced set of skills, including IT. Similarly, in rise in the quantity of STEM field is clearly visible. Throughout history, science and technology was at the core of Sri Lanka's advanced hydraulic civilization. I just would like to recap. We have over 1,000 Dhamma schools and Sunday schools, and various branches of religious education. Our education ordinance is over 100 years, which needs revisiting. Colombo University completed 100 years last year, and it has been 75 years since the introduction of Free Education Act. This confirms the great commitment and emphasis placed by Sri Lanka on education that has throughout received the support of the World Bank agencies. Looking towards the future demand and trends, We wish to improve early childhood development services through the development of professional early childhood education sector. Teacher competency framework is now being developed, and these two will be implemented in year 2023 to provide a better teacher education system, teacher appraisal system, professional development of all teachers, school principals, and education sector professionals. It was mentioned, similar to health management, we also see new areas of better school educational management, which is what we are aiming at. Furthermore, with the World Bank assistance, Ministry of Education, and now 4 state ministries, plans to increase the number of national schools from 343 to 1,200 across Sri Lanka, covering all 24 districts. This will undoubtedly strengthen Sri Lanka's universal education system. Equal focus will be given to technical and vocational education, introducing new technological courses and enhancement, improve interaction with business and industrial sectors, which has already begun in some of our universities. Reaching the government's goal of no one will be left behind as a result of income disparities. Finally, 3 fundamental areas which require continued provision are access to clean water, better sanitation, and school greenery. We continue to engage ourselves on improving these fundamentally important aspects of us, an island nation collectively for world's future generations, while being in the middle of the most busiest trade and sea lanes. World Bank investment on enhancing human capital development in Sri Lanka will not only be for us Sri Lankans, but to serve the global tomorrow. I once again thank the World Bank Vice Chairman, President on South Asia, and the delegation, and the support extended right through, by looking forward for further support in enhancing our human capital index. Thank you. If my secretary also could come in and place some facts and data, it would help this seminar. Thank you.